Welcome to Way to Commerce. Subscribe to Way to Commerce. For continuation, Laws and Ethics, CMA, Paper 6, Bit Questions. 51. According to Section 2N, occupier of a factory means Option A, the person who has established the factory. B, the person who has highest profit share in the factory. C, the person who has ultimate control over the affairs of the factory. D, the person who has ultimate control over the employees of the factory. So the answer is C. The person who has ultimate control over the affairs of the factory is the occupier. 52. A factory employs 250 workers. All the workers, including workers above 60 years of age and below 15 years of age, went on strike. The employer, option A, can deduct fine from all the workers. B, cannot deduct fine from workers who are under the age of 15. C, no fine can be imposed from workers who are aged 60 years and above. D, cannot deduct any fine from any worker. So the answer is B, cannot deduct fine from workers who are under the age of 15. 53. Permanent disablement benefit is paid at the rate of dash of wages. Option A, 120%, B, 100%, C, 79%, D, 90%. So the answer is D, 90%. Permanent disablement benefit is paid at the rate of 90% of wages. 54. Workers will be entitled to overtime wages if they have worked for more than dash. Option A, 48 hours in any 4 week. B, 48 hours in any 3 week. C, 48 hours in any 2 week. D, 48 hours in any week. So the answer is D, that means 6 days into 8 hours per day. 48 hours in a week. Next. 55. Appropriate government reviews the rates of minimum wages within option A, 2 years, B, 4 years, C, 5 years, D, 6 years. Answer is C, 5 years. Appropriate government reviews the rates of minimum wages within 5 years. 56. Anchal purchased a motor car from Kamal, who had no title to it. Anchal used the motor car for several months. True owner stopped the motor car and demanded it from Anchal. In such case, option A, Anchal is bound to hand over the motor car to true owner. B, Anchal is not bound to return the motor car to the true owner as she has paid in full settlement to Kamal. C, Anchal shall advise the true owner to approach Kamal. D, true owner has no right to claim either from Anchal or from Kamal. So the answer is A. Anchal is bound to hand over the motor car to the true owner. Next, 57. Which of the following agreement is wagering agreement under the Indian Contract Act 1872? Option A, crossword competition involving application of skill and knowledge. B, contract of insurance. C, A promise to pay B 1000 rupees if it rains on Monday. D, A agrees to pay B 1000 rupees if he marries C. So the answer is C. A promise to pay B 1000 rupees if it rains on Monday is the wagering agreement. 58. Under Sale of Goods Act, which of the delivery of goods is called as delivery by attornment? Option A, actual. B, symbolic. C, constructive. D, physical. So the answer is C, constructive. under the Sale of Goods Act. Constructive is called as delivery by attornment. (59) Where the price of the goods under a contract of sale is to be fixed by the valuation of a third party who fails to fix the valuation, but goods are supplied to the buyer under Section 10 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930, the buyer is option A liable to pay a reasonable price of the goods, B liable to pay the minimum price of the goods, C not liable to pay any price until fixed by the valuer, D liable to pay the maximum retail price. So the answer is option A, liable to pay the reasonable price of the goods. So where the price of the goods under a contract of sale is to be fixed by the valuation of a third party who fails to fix the valuation, but goods are supplied to the buyer under Section 10 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930, the buyer is liable to pay the reasonable price of the goods because the goods are delivered to the buyer. So that's why the buyer has to pay the reasonable price of the goods. Next, 60. Under Factories Act 1948, where work of the same kind is carried out by two or more set of workers during different period of the day, each of such period is called a option A relay, B shift, C recess, D overtime. So the answer is B shift. 61. Under Payment of Wages Act 1936, deduction on account of payment to cooperative societies shall not be more than option A 50% of wages, B 75% of wages, C 90% of wages, D 60% of wages. So the answer is B 75% of wages. Under the Payment of Wages Act 1936, deduction on account of payment to cooperative society shall not be more than 75% of wages. (62) Under the Employee State Insurance Act, in order to qualify for sickness benefit, the insured worker is required to contribute for option A 70 days in a contribution period of 6 months, B 78 days in a contribution period of 3 months, C 91 days in contribution period of 3 months, D 78 days in a contribution period of 6 months. So the answer is D 78 days in a contribution period of 6 months. Under the Employee State Insurance Act, in order to qualify for sickness benefit, the insured worker is required to contribute for 78 days in a contribution period of 6 months. 63. Ankit purchased goods worth 20,000 rupees from Anuj. In lieu of cash payment, Ankit accepted a bill of exchange of 20,000 rupees to be payable after 3 months. This is an example of option A accommodation bill, B fictitious bill, C genuine bill, D documentary bill. So the answer is C genuine bill. 64. Under the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, whether acceptance of a bill of exchange in the following situation shall be treated as qualified acceptance, where the acceptor, option A, acceptor undertakes to pay only 10,000 rupees for a bill drawn for 15,000 rupees, B declares the payment to be independent of any other event, C writes accepted payable at ABC Bank, D writes accepted payable at Delhi. So the answer is A. Undertakes to pay only 10,000 rupees for a bill drawn for 15,000 rupees is the qualified acceptance. 65. When a partnership form is continued even after the expiry of fixed term is called A. Perpetual partnership, B. Fixed partnership, C. Contract partnership, D. Partnership at will. So the answer is D. Partnership at will. So when a partnership is continued even after the expiry of fixed term is called partnership at will. 66. A person who is not a partner of a partnership firm, but he may liable for firm's debts as he was a partner. Such a person is called A. Nominal partner, B. sleeping partner, C. partner by estoppel, D. partner for profits only. So the answer is C. Partner by estoppel is a partner liable for firm's debt even he is not a partner. 67. Under Companies Registration Offices and Fees Rules 2014, every foreign company shall file with the Register of Companies along with the financial statement in form dash which belong to the list of all the places of business established by the foreign company in India. Option A FC4, B FC2, C FC1, D FC3. The answer is D FC3. So under Companies Registration Offices and Fees Rules 2014, every foreign company shall file with the Register of Companies along with the financial statement in form FC3 which belong to the list of all the places of business established by the foreign company in India. 68. Business ethics are needed to create a faith about the quality, quantity, price, etc. of products. The customers have more trust and faith in the businessmen who follow ethical rules. They feel that such businessmen would not cheat them. Whichever one of the following is appropriate for it? Option A. Safeguarding consumers' right, B. Improve customers' confidence, C. Survival of business, D. Consumer movement. So the answer is B. Improve customers' confidence. 69. Holders of public office should not place themselves under any financial or other obligation to outside individuals or organizations that might influence them in the performance or their official duties. This principle of public is called A. Selflessness, B. Honesty, C. Objectivity, D. Integrity. So the answer is D. Integrity. 70. There are many types of ethical conflicts in the option A. Business place, B. Office place, C. Workplace, D. Public place. So the answer is workplace. Many types of conflicts in the workplace. Which one of the following is said to be dash unethical behavior? A. Encouraging communication, B. Adulteration, C. Employees awareness, D. Objectivity. Adulteration is the unethical behavior. 72. A contract creates A. Jus in personam, B. Jus in rem, C. Only rights and no obligations, D. Only obligations and no rights. So the answer is A. Jus in personam. A contract creates jus in personam. 73. Provisions of EPF and Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1952 are applicable to cinema or theatre employing A. 10 or more persons, B. 20 or more persons, C. 5 or more persons, D. 15 or more persons. So the answer is C. 5 or more persons. So EPF and Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1952 are applicable to cinemas or theatre if 5 or more persons. 74. In the absence of partnership agreement, the partner has A. Right to avail interest on advances paid to partnership firm, B. Right to avail interest on advances paid to partnership firm provided there is profit, C. No right to avail interest on advances, D. Right to avail interest on advances even after dissolution of the firm. So the answer is A. Right to avail interest on advances paid to partnership firm. 75. A person who is employed by the seller to raise the price by fictitious bids, such person is known as A. Buffer, B. By bidder, C. Decoydux, D. All of the above. So the answer is D. All of the above. a person who is employed by the seller to raise the price by fictitious bids. He is asking raise the price by fictitious bids. Such person is known as puffer or by bidder or decoy-dux. 76. In case of bankers refusable to honor the check in spite of sufficient funds in customer's account, the banker is A. liable to compensate the drawer, B. not liable to compensate the drawer, C. criminally liable under section 138, D. liable to be delisted. So the answer is A. liable to compensate the drawer because he refusal to honor the check in spite of sufficient funds. 77. Dependent's benefit is paid at the rate of option A 60% of wages in the form of monthly payment, B 75% of wages in the form of monthly payment, C 80% of wages in the form of monthly payment, D 90% of wages in the form of monthly payment. So the answer is D 90% of wages in the form of monthly payment. So dependent's benefit is paid at the rate of 90% of wages in the form of monthly payment. 78. Board of directors of every listed company shall constitute an audit committee which shall consist of a minimum of A 2 directors, B 3 directors, C 4 directors, D 5 directors. So the answer is B 3 directors. 79. The maximum limit of bonus payable to an employee is fixed by way of percentage of salary or wages earned by the employee during the accounting year. The percentage is option A 10%, B 15%, C 20%, D 25%. So the answer is C 20%. Maximum bonus 20%. Business ethics, also called as corporate ethics, is a form of A positive ethics, B applied ethics, C physical ethics, D practical ethics. So the answer is B applied ethics. So business ethics is also called as a corporate ethics, is a form of applied ethics. 81. An agreement which is enforceable at the option of one or more parties thereto but not at the option of the other or others is called A void contract, B voidable contract, C void agreement, D unenforceable contract. So the answer is B voidable contract because it is enforceable at the option of one or more parties thereto but not at the option of other or others is called voidable contract. 82. Which of the following agency is irrevocable under the Indian Contract Act 1872? Option A agency for fixed period, B agency for single transaction, C agency coupled with interest, D continuing agency. So the answer is C agency coupled with interest is irrevocable under the Indian Contract Act 1872 because it's coupled with interest. 83. A sort of tacit understanding or agreement among the intending bidders to stifle competition by not bidding against each other in auction sale is called as knockout agreement, buffers by bidders, and damping. So the answer is B knockout agreement. So a sort of tacit understanding or agreement among the intending bidders to stifle competition by not bidding against each other in an auction sale is called as knockout agreement. 84. When an instrument is drawn conditionally or for a special purpose as a collateral security and not for the purpose of transferring property therein, it is called ambiguous, B inchoate, C escrow, D inland. Escrow. when an instrument is drawn conditionally or for a special purpose as a collateral security and not for the purpose of transferring property therein. It is called escrow. 85. Which committee is constituted by the occupier to promote cooperation between the workers and management in maintaining proper safety and healthy at workplace? A. Safety committee. B. Health committee. C. Management workers consultative committee. D. Maintenance committee. So the answer is safety committee. 86. Under Payment of Bonus Act 1965, in disputed cases, bonus must be paid. Option A, within 8 months from the close of the accounting year, within 1 month from the date on which the award becomes enforceable. C, within 2 months from the date on which the award becomes enforceable. D, within 6 months from the date of closing the accounting year. So the answer is B, within 1 month from the date on which the award becomes enforceable. 87. Businessmen or industrialists take initiative to form new companies. Their main function is to manage the company after its promotion. They are known as A, particular promoters, B, occasional promoters, C, professional promoters, D, general promoters. So they are the general promoters. 88. The study of ethics can be divided into 4 operational areas, namely meta-ethics, normative ethics, descriptive ethics, and applied ethics. Next, 89. In social agreements, usual presumption is option A, that parties do not intend to create social relations, B, that parties intended to perform them, C, that parties do not intend to make legal and social relations, D, that the parties do not intend to create legal relations between them. So the answer is D. In social agreements, usual presumption is that the parties do not intend to create legal relations between them. 90. In the sale of goods, the doctrine of caveat emptor will not apply when there is A, usage of trade, B, consent by fraud, C, buyer's error of judgment, D, mercantile quality. So the answer is D. Merchantable quality. So the doctrine of caveat emptor will not apply when there is merchantable quality. 91. A bill of exchange that is drawn, accepted or endorsed without consideration is called A, accommodation bill, B, promissory note, C, trade bill, D, bearer instrument. So the answer is A, accommodation bill. So without consideration. 92. Under Industrial Disputes Act, appropriate government may require to constitute a workman committee on any day in the preceding 12 months, where an industrial establishment employs A, 250 or more workers, B, 100 or more workers, C, 500 or more workers, D, 200 or more workers. So the answer is B, 100 or more workers. So under Industrial Disputes Act, appropriate government may require a constitute a workman committee on any day in the preceding 12 months where an industrial establishment employs 100 or more workers. 93. Employee State Insurance Act 1948 is applicable to all A, factories including factories belonging to government and seasonable factories, B, factories excluding seasonal factories, C, factories including factories belonging to government and seasonal but excluding silk factory, D, factories including factories belonging to government but excluding seasonal factories. So the answer is D. So Employee State Insurance Act 1948 is applicable to all factories including factories belonging to government but excluding seasonal factories. 94. A partner must give a public notice of his retirement from the firm in order absolve himself from the liability for the acts of the other partners done after his retirement is known as A. Dormant partner, B. Ostensible partner, C. Nominal partner, D. Partner by estoppel. So the answer is B. Ostensible partner. So a partner must give a public notice of his retirement from the firm in order to absolve himself from the liability for the acts of the other partners done after his retirement is known as ostensible partner. 95. A prospectus which does not have complete particulars on the price of securities offered and the quantum of securities offered by the company is known as A. Statement in lieu of prospectus, B. Red herring prospectus, C. Deemed prospectus, D. Shell prospectus. The answer is B. Red herring prospectus. So, red herring prospectus does not have complete particulars on the price of securities offered. 96. The crucial steps in understanding business ethics is A. Establishing codes of ethics, B. Learning to recognize ethical issues, C. Having efficient operations, D. Implementing strategic plan. So the answer is B. Learning to recognize ethical issues. The crucial step in understanding business ethics is learning to recognize ethical issues. 97. Which of the following reason is applicable for unethical business practices? A. Workplace surveillance, B. Profit making by some of the big companies, C. Successive of the company, D. Administrative corruption. So the answer is D. Administrative corruption. 98. A party who does not suffer any loss in case of breach of contract is entitled to A. Statutory damages, B. Liquidated damages, C. Exemplary damages, D. Nominal damages. So the answer is D. Nominal damages, because he did not suffer any loss, so he can claim nominal damages. 99. If part of contract is illegal, then the whole contract will be option A. Voidable, B. Void, C. Legal, D. Illegal. So the answer is B. Void. If a part of contract is illegal, then the whole contract will be void. 100. In which of the following cases the claim of quantum merit arise? Option A. When there is no breach of contract, B. When a contract is discovered to be valid, C. Where something has been done non-graciously, D. Where the contract is divisible. So the answer is D. Where the contract is divisible. So in which of the following cases the claim quantum merit arise? Where the contract is divisible.